Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, let's just dive in and let's look into a few things. So, one, on July 4th, this article got posted, and we do see US crypto regulatory uncertainty could be Hong Kong's gain. As we do look at what's happening within the US, I think everyone's focus is on regulatory stance. Where is the US, at in terms of regulations? We know that they've been dragging their feet for a while. The thing is though, I don't believe that we will have proper regulations within the US for a couple years. I think that they're going to wait for all of these other nations and then draft their actual framework. Maybe I'm wrong, but again, usually the US adopts the global approach. I do believe that there's a lot of plans in place. I've talked about it with the FSB, working with the G20, actually talking about regulations. There's a few quotes in here that I would like to note. This one here around the SEC, right? But you see, the SEC doesn't seem to be wanting to be consistent about this, in contrast to Hong Kong or other jurisdictions like Japan, the Middle East, or even Europe, which have rules that are starting to become consistent. The thing is, right, is everyone believes that the US is just going to blindly fall behind. That's not what's going to happen at all. I believe that they do have a plan, whether it be Congress bringing in regulations or everyone adopting that global harmonized approach from the G20 with the FSB. We will see regulations. It's just a matter of how long do we have to wait. Meanwhile, while we do wait, I've seen a lot of people getting a little bit up in the air about the SEC and Gary Gensler getting fired and all this kind of stuff. Like, there's so much fake news out there around the SEC. I've said it many times. I think way too many people are hyper focused on what the SEC is doing. I'll talk to you guys about why in this video. But we do see over here, UK blazes trail with new cryptocurrency rules. This got posted today, July 5th. The FCA's regulations provide greater legal clarity for developers, but place additional compliance burdens on companies marketing cryptocurrencies. Again, like, as we do look at the UK and even Hong Kong or Japan, whatever, right? All of these nations want to become a leading hub around crypto, and it's for good measure. We know how big crypto will be. The thing is that as we look at the SEC, as we look at what's happening around crypto, there's a war breaking out within the US. A lot of people have come to the idea that, all right, the SEC is trying to kill crypto. I don't believe that that is the case. I actually think that the SEC is trying to create this this vacuum, if you will, and they want to swallow up retail through market shift. Meaning, okay, let's bring out this headline article, crash the market. It'll wipe a lot of people out. They will never touch crypto again, or they will say that this space, there's so much uncertainty around the space. It's all scam. Everything in this space is a security. And guess what? People avoid the space. It's all to make sure that people are focused on the wrong things at the right time. What do I mean by that? Well, as we continue to see all these other nations pushing forward on crypto regulation, we know that crypto is becoming a key part of the global financial system. And there is zero doubt in my mind that what the SEC has been doing for the longest time is pretty much meaningless. We do see over here, there's a video that Danny Darko, Rabbit Friend over on Twitter, posted. This is Craig DeWitt, former Ripple and vice chair of the US Faster Payments Council. And he's talking about regulations, and he's talking about what the SEC has been doing. I'm going to play this quick little video, and then I will go over a few things after the fact.
I will say it was odd. I mean, the whole flow is very odd that you'd start out with XRPL as the first port of call that you go to try to essentially kill a crypto company in the United States. When, by some of the own admissions, like, there was an ICO at Ethereum. I'm not saying that's bad, but there was. That clearly is something that the SEC believes was a security at some point. My guess, though, if I really think what's going on, I think that there is an effort to actually try to kill crypto within the United States. And my gut, this is just a guess, my gut is that they're following kind of a classic federal regulator approach, and that is divide and conquer. Go after this one, make this one seem okay. Then go after this one, make this one seem okay, and then go for the end kill. I would not be surprised if they eventually sue Ethereum, right? Those folks were cheering when when XRP got sued. I imagine they go after Ethereum. And the Bitcoin maximalists are cheering for that right now. And then after they do that, wouldn't be surprised if they go after BTC. That's the path that I see.
Now, of course, like, listen, the SEC has opened the door where the opportunity is vast for them to go after any project. They could go after Bitcoin. They could go after Ethereum. They can go after any token within this space. The thing that I would love to note is that it's all weightless nonsense. What do I mean, right? Well, it's very simple. For an example, Sherry over on Twitter, Cherry Empress 21, posted this whole breakdown, and it was important takes from Coinbase response to the SEC's complaint. Crypto assets identified as computer code. Fun fact, did you know that computer code is legally protected by the First Amendment, referring to free speech? And here we have that. Now, the two major ones that I do want to take from this whole breakdown, because this was June 29th, mind you. The two major ones that I want to talk to you guys about is Congress. The SEC has no jurisdiction over crypto. What do you see in May 2021, Chair Gensler testified before Congress that only Congress, his own quotes, could address the regulatory gap that commission officials had long recognized, because right now the exchanges trading in these crypto assets do not have a regulatory framework. We also do see, he added, there is not a market regulator around these crypto exchanges. Last but not least, by December of 2022, Chair Gensler was telling a reporter he felt that the SEC had enough authority to fully regulate digital asset platforms. This was directly contrary to Chair Gensler's previous recognition that Congress had not authorized broad SEC control over digital platforms. Listen, if you go and look at documents regarding Congress and congressional oversight over the crypto market, it seems as though the SEC has no weight in these markets at all, and Congress will be the one to bring regulations. We already know that there's so many documents from agencies higher up from the SEC mentioning that XRP is a digital currency. It's a currency, not a security, it's a currency. This whole argument around if these assets are actually currencies or securities is nonsense to me. If you've been around crypto for a while, you already know that these tokens are not securities. What the SEC has been claiming and arguing for a while now around this space is clear to me that they don't want to bring regulations. All they want to do is shake this market around, and they want to shake as many people out as possible. What's the proof behind this? Well, the proof is the ETFs. The Bitcoin ETFs recently shared with you an insight on the fact that the SEC doesn't want to protect you. No, they want to hurt you as much as they possibly can through crypto so that they can make an example of your pain. Bitcoin futures ETFs are the ones getting passed through, while spot ETFs are not getting the pass at all. Why do you think this? Well, futures, most people get rug pulled from. Spot, well, you could hold spot until it does turn profitable. The problem here is that, guess what? The spot trades are not going to give the SEC enough ammunition to go after Bitcoin or go after this space. I see a lot of people saying like, oh, well, look, it's Bitcoin ETFs. That's great. They are trying to get those Bitcoin ETFs through. And I honestly think it's because they want people to get harmed through those Bitcoin ETFs so that, just like Craig DeWitt's saying over here, they could utilize it as an example to go after Bitcoin at some point in time. Now, mind you, with the Bitcoin ETFs, while the SEC is going after Coinbase, we've seen that BlackRock, which is a $9 trillion asset manager, named Coinbase as the SSA counterpart in updated spot Bitcoin ETF filing. And we do see from John E. Dean, the SEC, Gary Gensler are essentially claiming Coinbase is running an illegal business, yet the largest asset manager in the world and others are disclosing their intent to do business with this illegal business. It tells you all you need to know about what's really going on. And you know what's crazy about this? I have bought in every single coin that the SEC has claimed is a security. I've talked about this. LCX, Crom, XRP, you name it. A lot of these tokens, even Algorand, that the SEC is claiming that is a security, I've bought. Why? Because the SEC is a clown show. Everything that they are claiming is nonsense. And this, in my opinion, is the bombshell that 100% confirms it. Because why would BlackRock be working with Coinbase with this ETF if Coinbase was an illegal business and the SEC's claims against Coinbase were true? It's because it's not, and the SEC has no jurisdiction over crypto. So if you are sitting here hopeful that the SEC is going to bring regulations to crypto, well, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be extremely disappointed because the SEC has no jurisdiction over crypto at all. And we do see over here from Digital Asset Investor, nothing to see here, just a member of European Parliament hosting an event with Ripple. My question is, why aren't members of Congress hosting events with Ripple? The thing is here, you know, one thing that I would love to know is all of the tokens that the SEC is claiming that are securities as well. A lot of the companies that are utilizing these currencies or, you know, sourcing the power of them, like for an example, Ripple and XRP are not the same. XRP is not Ripple, Ripple is not XRP. I know that this is one of the biggest misconceptions around the space, but XRP doesn't need Ripple. And technically speaking, as we look at Ripple, they need XRP more than XRP needs Ripple. So as we do look at this, right, Ripple has been expanding rapidly and doing very well outside of the US, just like every other company that the SEC has targeted, which again is 100% proof that the SEC outside of the US holds no weight to its name. This meeting here is huge in the EU because it's centered around blockchain and sustainability within the public and private sector. Sustainability is key, but also in the EU MiCA regulation. On July 3rd, MiCA regulation, a catalyst for B2B crypto integration and adoption. What have I mentioned around cross-border payments with B2B? It's the largest amount of money around cross-border payments. It's like $150 trillion. MiCA regulation is opening the door because as we do see crackdowns happening within the US, outside of the US, things are moving very fast. And hey, listen, I'm fine with the US taking a pause. That's fine with me because it allows me to be a part of this market at a crucial time and buy these dips that are created by this nonsensical agency. But also, all of the tokens and all of the projects that they have been targeting for the longest time have done very well. And within the EU, I do think that this meeting with Ripple is crucial because, again, like I said, the MiCA regulation opens the door for B2B crypto integration and adoption. Meanwhile, we know XRP is the most sustainable currency out there versus Visa, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Not Hedera, because I know that I'm going to get a lot of comments saying, what about Hedera? Trust me, Hedera is very, very energy efficient. It's extremely sustainable. But I'm just saying on this chart here, where you are looking at Bitcoin versus Ethereum versus Visa and Ripple, XRP is the most sustainable on this list. Which again tells me why Ripple with XRP is going to be a crucial player around a lot of these payments and the payment technology. It is extremely sustainable. It is extremely efficient to make those payments. You are not going to be utilizing Bitcoin. You are not going to be utilizing Ethereum. And when we look at the traditional payment systems today, like Visa and MasterCard, they are payment systems of the past. We are seeing new payment networks and also systems rising and being created. And I really do think that outside of the US, the big fireworks are starting, right? Over in Singapore with Ripple, big game changer. The EU, again, I've said it, Europe is ready. Europe has been ready for a very long time. Now we are seeing them really making big moves. So with that in mind, should you even be focused on what the SEC is saying or doing? Well, if you want to see a buy alert come up on your screen, yeah, then go focus on the SEC because everything else that the SEC is claiming and doing, it's nonsense. It really is nonsense. And I think that's one big play. I think it's to shake as many people out as possible and create this narrative around how crypto is one big scam. It's all that anti-crypto nonsense that's being pushed from Elizabeth Warren and other individuals like Brad Sherman. And to be honest with you, again, these people hold no weight to their name because they are all bankers and they love the banking sector. And we already know that the banking sector is dying. And we know crypto is the future. And if you have zero doubt, then hey, who cares what Gary Gensler and the SEC is saying? Because they are an agency that has zero weight in this market. Congress is the one to watch for. I'm waiting for Congress to actually start making moves because from what we've seen, it's all just been, talk, and talk is cheap. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on for more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.